I left town with the sunrise burning low on my back. Boots stained in blood, no trail, no map. Her ring in my pocket, cold steel in my hand, and a name on my lips I won't speak again. Ashes on the saddle, smoke in my soul. I gave her love and she dug a hole, buried my heart by the old pine tree. Now I ride like a shadow no one sees. Bye. Ashes on the saddle, fire in my chest. She lit the match and laid me to rest. Now I ride for justice, not for peace, and I'll find her trail, dead or released. You come again. Ashes on the saddle, wind in my hair, a ghost with a grudge, too far to care. When I ride, the sky turns rust and I leave behind nothing but dust. In the shadow of the old church spire, underneath the moon's pale choir, lies a town swallowed by the sand, whiskey bottles and withered hands. Dust storms whisper through broken doors, echoes of boots on creaking floors. Ghost trains moan in the dead of night, haunts in the edge of the fading light. Beneath the ghost town, secrets lie, buried under a cursed sky. Hearts once pledged in shadow deeds, now just ghosts and tumbleweeds. There's a tale of a love betrayed in the silent streets where we once played. A silver locket, a rusted gun, a game that two could never have won. She promised forever by the burning church, left a man with his soul in the lurch. Her laughter's a memory fading fast in the winds of a whispered past. Beneath the ghost town, vengeance waits in the shadows of sealed fates, where love once lived, now only grief among the dust and forgotten. find my rest in the heart of the wild, wild west, forgiving the ghost in the desert's embrace. In the silence I find my grace. Each verse and chorus weaves through the sorrowed yarn of a deserted, cursed town. It's forgotten tales and buried pains, immortalized in the old west haunting embrace. In the shadow of a dead town's chapel door, the wind cries tales of a blood-red lord. Sand grinds slow on an empty street where my boot heels echo and lost loves me. A bottle's throw from forgotten graves under the watch of a whispering age. Pour me a drink of that old ghost whiskey, burns through the tales of the good and the risky. Here in the dust where the dark secrets fall, I'm just a shadow that's bound to the brawl. Whiskey, my confidant, my vengeful friend. On you my last hopes ascend and end. Once loved a girl with fire in her eyes, in a town too small for goodbye. She left me a note by the light of the moon. Meet me by the church, come high noon. But the train whistled once, then twice it roared. She was gone with the gold, left nothing but sword. Pour me a drink of that old ghost whiskey, tales of betrayal and love that missed me. Here in the dust where the silent bells call, I'm just a pilgrim at the sorrow's own ball. Whiskey, my judge, my jury, my end. In your ember depths my heart beats suspend. Whiskey jar, each drop a memory, each sip a scar. Here in the dust where the old ghosts dance, I played my part, took my last chance. Whiskey, my reckoning, my final plea. In your shadows, I'm forever free. In the dying light of a dusty town where the shadows stretch to claim the ground beneath is thirsty, scorched curse without a name. The echoes of a train whistle cutting cold and sharp as a knife
Beneath the hollow sky, I ride this path, the last one in my life. Blood on the saddle, blood on the sand, blood drying under a cursed land. Whiskey whispers of vengeance and pride on the silent, haunted final ride. Blood on my hands where it's always been, painting sins in the shapes of men. Tonight I ride with ghosts by my side, blood on the last ride. Once loved a girl with wildfire eyes in a chapel built of stone, but betrayal burned the bridges, left me wandering alone. Her memory a ghost town, her touch a distant dream. Now every mile I'm riding ain't quite as it seems. Blood on the saddle, blood on the sand, memories fading this forsaken land. Whiskey numbs the heartache and pride, shadows stretch along on this last ride. Blood on my heart where it's seared and scored, each beat a reminder of the sword. Tonight I ride past wrongs to right, blood on the last ride. In the stillness of the desert, a reckoning to face, each step forward in this ghostly trace. From burning churches to forgotten graves, each soul finds its place, and in the dust my heart confronts the darkest truth it must embrace. Blood on the saddle, blood on my soul, this ride's my penance, this ride's my toll. Whiskey's my witness in the night so wide, to every whisper secret I confide. Blood on my hands set to be dry, as dawn breaks cold on this last ride. Tonight the past and I collide, blood on the last ride. As the sun rises red over lands best left dead, I leave behind stories untold in the silence dark and cold. In the shadow of the mesa, where the cold winds never rest, a bottle lay beside him, amber proof of his quest. A lonely train whistle cuts through the cursed night air, in a town too dead for dying, no salvation anywhere. No mercy in the lost love, no tears left to cry. The stars above unblinking, cold in the desert sky. Whispered vows, now ashes scattered in the breeze. Nothing left but to haunt this ghost town's memory. He rode with a heart full, left with it torn apart. Her lies were like a razor, slicing through his heart. A church once stood as witness, now in embers it lays, her silhouette in the doorway, as the organ softly played. No mercy in the lost love, burned dreams at his feet. sipped it slow and neat. His heart as dry as the bones that lay forgotten in the heat. In the shadow of the hollow, where the cold wind moans, rests a ghost town wrapped in secrets, all dust and bones. There's a whisper amongst the timbers, neath the silver moon, of a man who traded love for pain, one wicked gem. Whiskey bottles filled with memories, empty as the night. Train whistles sing of sorrow, fading out of sight. Worn out boots tread through the past, a heart so scarred and frail, on a trail of vengeance for the love that turned the sky to hell. Bible by the burnt church, pages charred and torn. The day the preacher lied to us, the day her vow was sworn. Redemption lost in the smoky rings, our dreams went up in flames. With every shot a memory dies, calling out their names. Whiskey bottles preach the tales, the days when justice failed. Desert stars watch silently in cold truths their veil. Echoes of a love once pure now whispers in the world. Each footstep a reminder in this forsaken world. At the edge of cursed lands, beneath the blackened sky, face the traitors of my soul, knew one of us would die. Through the storm of lead and rage, saw her face in every flash. The bullets wrote the final page with a thunderous clash. Now I lay beside this forgotten grave, under skies so wide and brave. Revenge was mine, but at a cost. In endless dreams her voice is lost. The desert keeps its secrets well, in silent sands where spirits dwell. A haunted tune the night wind sings, my heart bound to its broken strings.
down where the dust clouds hug the sun-fried streets. Old Sal's bar stands rust on its neon heartbeat. Whiskey bottles line the walls like silent sentries. Echoes of train whistle, ghosts in the prairies. A stranger walks, shadows cling like old debts. In the town that mercy and God seem to forget. There's no mercy in the whiskey, it just burns right through, fueling the fires of a heart black and blue. Down in the valley where the cursed lands lie, you can scream at the desert but it won't reply. No mercy in the whiskey, no tears left to cry, under the watch of a vulture circling sky. Saw her reflection in a bottle, her smile a fading light. Haunted the bar stool since she vanished in the night. The preacher spoke of redemption, his church lost to the flames. Only the whiskey remembers, whispers her name. Betrayal's a serpent slips silent through the sands. Her love a mirage just slipped right through my hands. There's no mercy in the whiskey, it just burns right through. No outlaw's tale of a love untrue. Down by the rail tracks where the night trains, where the wind carries stories of a love gone stale. No mercy in the whiskey, no wrongs to right, just the echo of heartbreak in the cold moonlight. In the mirror behind the bar, a face worn and weary, an outlaw's eyes stark, haunted, teary, confronted by the man I've come to be, haunting this ghost town, this cursed country. But the bottle's my trial and the bar's my jury. Whiskey's the judge that passes no mercy. There's no mercy in the whiskey, it just burns right through. The story of the fallen as old as it's true. In the dust of the desert where sins lay bare, the whiskey's my refuge, my cross to bear. No mercy in the whiskey, just a soul laid bare. A heart once hopeful, now lost in despair. In the shadow of a ghost town, under a blood-red sky, stands a skeleton of a barn where my old life lies. The wind whispers secrets through cracks and worn wood. A whiskey bottle empty, like the promises that stood. Ashes of the burning barn float away with the scent. Haunting melodies of a steel guitar play the might have been. Every ember tells a story of love betrayed by a scar. Underneath the silver moon, by the ashes of
of the burning barn. The night was thick with vengeance, thunder rolled across the land. She vanished with a stranger, with my heart still in her hand. Dust stormed the chapel where we once planned to wed. Now nothing but silent prayers and dreams that bled. Ashes of the burning barn float away with the sand. Echoes of a distant train, mourning what could have been. Every ember a whisper of the trust that broke apart. Underneath the haunting moon, by the ashes of the burning barn. In the glow of the firelight, I saw her face again, among the flames that took my past in that cursed wind. A reckoning was due, the stars told me so, in the lonely desert night where the lost souls go. Ashes of the burning barn mark the tales of the damned. A lone figure walks away with justice in his hand. Let the fire cleanse the lies, and the truth stand stern and stark in the silence of the desert, by the ashes of the old barn. Each chord, each note, carrying the weight of dust-laden memories, intended to be sung like a ghostly confession drifting through the desolate plains.
Midnight in the ghost town, under the midnight moon in the ghost town, silence reigns. Walking on shadows of what used to be, amidst the pain. Whiskey bottles lay beside cracked and dusty lanes. Echoes of a train whistle fading like memories in the rain. Midnight strikes in the ghost town, the spirits sigh. Cursed to land beneath my boots under a starless sky. Lost love whispers through the ruins where old secrets lie. With every haunted heartbeat, I'm just waiting to die. This town so burnt with the church one cold dark night. Vengeance stirred in the ashes, hidden from the light. A lover's promise turned to betrayal, gone without a fight. Left my heart buried in this forsaken place, out of sight. Midnight cries in the ghost town, the wind moans low. Past sins cast long shadows where the lost ones go. confrontation with my own haunted fate. Through the dust storms I see your shadow by the gate. Gun in my hand trembles as the clock declares it's too late. Forgiveness is a forgotten grave sealed by hate. Midnight burns in the ghost town, and now I see this cursed land holds nothing but a memory. A gun, a bottle, and a locket, my only company in the ghost town at midnight. Forever is just you and me.
Well, it's midnight on the midnight train, rolling through a ghost town's veins. Whiskey whispers neath the moon's pale watch, tracks shudder under old sin's weight. A dust storm wails like a banshee's cry past shadows of a church aflame. And there in the flicker a lone grave lies forgotten names and the devil's bait. Here on this train, it's vengeance and rust. Steel rails cut through these cursed lands like trust. In the silence of the cars, I can hear the echoes playing of lost love's goodbye. Midnight on the midnight train. Son, till I found the bad end of a gun. Turned my back on the rising sun and watched my dreams come undone. She was the fire, I was the rain, in this desolate forsaken strain. Her betrayal, a deep-seated pain, now her ghost in every window pane. Here on this train, it's sorrow and dust, every mile further from what was just. Through the cold steel bars, I see my life wane. Another lost soul, midnight on the midnight train. Every mile a man In the shadow of that gnarled old tree, where the wind whispers low and hoarse, a tale of blood and treachery on this parched and cursed course. Whiskey bottles by forgotten stones, footprints vanished in the dust. The ghost town moans in hollow tones, under skies that betray no trust. Beneath the hanging tree where lost souls weep, where vows were made just to break, I hear the train whistle cry across the bleak, echoes round the old heartache. She loved me with a wildfire heart. In that chapel we swore forever, till betrayal tore our world apart. She vanished like a ghost in the river, by the dim light of a crescent moon. Her whispers haunt the silent day, her secrets buried with the noon, in the dust of a love beyond repair. Beneath the hanging tree where shadows leer, where truth and lies meld and mix, the train still screams, can you hear? Past the churchyard with crosses of sticks. I found the truth beneath blackened wood, where the earth holds tight its sin. Her locket empty, misunderstood, the echoes of what might have been. Face the mirror of my soul in that night, by the tree where the dark crows by. In the flicker of a failing light, I chose the road from where none can hide. Beneath the hanging tree I make my stand, in the heart of this forsaken land. Forgiveness a ghost I'll never see, my redemption lies beneath the hanging tree. So here I'll rest and here I'll abide, beneath the tree in the silent tide of dust and stories left untold, where the desert keeps its heart of gold.
Under a sky painted with sorrow's bruise, a ghost town whispers under the moon's faint light. Dust devils dance where the church bells used to ring, and whiskey's my companion through the cold, unforgiving night. Footsteps echo across forgotten graves, in this cursed land where only the lost are brave. Spin, spin, black sun waltz, in shadows where lost lovers once danced. Burning past old regrets that haunt underneath the black sun, where hope doesn't stand a chance. Her laughter was a melody, a sweet and haunting tune, now swallowed by the silence of this desolate expanse. Promises crumbled like the church consumed by fire, picture locket lies, a victim of our cursed romance. Train whistles moan a dirge across the barren plains, a sound that's now a lullaby for pain that still remains. Spin, spin, black sun waltz in shadows where old memories twist and glance. Burning dreams, tender hearts that dawn underneath the black sun where spirits still enchant. At the crossroads stood the devil with a grin, offered me a vengeful path with whispers of the sin. But in the dust storm's wrath I saw her face again. In the eye of the storm my heart knew it was the end. So spin, spin, black sun waltz in echoes of what used to be my heart's last dance. No more tears for this path I've sought. Underneath the black sun I embrace the darkness I once fought. In the haunted desert silence my revolver lays beside, with the black sun as my witness. It's here my demons abide.
In the heart of a dusty valley wide, where the shadows play tricks by the moonlight side, I ride past whispers of a cursed land's breath, through ghost towns and secrets like dancing with death. Every step stirs the stories the old winds tell of a gunslinger's glory and the night he fell. Oh, I'm riding through the gunslinger under stars that morning, cold and blue. In his silence I find my own, chasing echoes of blood and bone. Whiskey's warmth guides my resolve as I see what only time can absolve. The tale winds back to a love so bold in a town too young to be so old. She was the light in a place run wild. He was a man whose heart she beguiled. But betrayal came with a storm's swift gust, left him for dead in the desert dust. Yes, I'm riding through the gunslinger, each mile dressed in dust, dark linger. In his vengeance I find my pain, beneath the cries of a night train. Whiskey numbs the past cruel sting, as I ride where church bells no longer ring. In the silence between gunshots and preachers pray lies the truth that I've hunted since he went astray. Face to face with the ghost in the fading light, my heart's mirror shattered by the forsaken night. Revelations fire in this lonely fight, echoes of him and me riding through the night. Now I'm riding through the gunslinger, with a spirit free and a heart somber. In his story deserts of endless despair. Whiskey whispers of what must be done as I accept the man I've become. So I'll ride through the echoes and the haunting fear, the gunslinger's path both far and near. In the cold heart of a land wild and vast, I find peace in the shadows that we cast. Down in the valley where the shadow people dwell, under the eye of a moon pale as a bone, whispers float on a dust-ridden spell. In this ghost town I wander alone, a rusted locket clenched in my fist, bearing the face of a love long missed. Oh, the weeping sky and the crying wind tells a tale of a heart broken and tossed. In this cursed land where my sorrows ascend, I keep searching for the soul that I lost. The locket's a keeper of the promise we made, now just a cold token of the love that decayed. Found a whisper in a bottle of whiskey, lying on the very night the church in the valley burned bright. Heard a train whistle like her spirit was sighing as the flames reflected in her eyes, haunting light. They said love like ours was never meant to last. Now all that's left is shadows we cast. Oh, the weeping sky and the crying wind tells a tale of a heart shattered then cursed. In silent deserts where old ghosts have grinned, I roam aimlessly with my unquenchable thirst. The locket's rust is like the blood we once bled in that burning church where our vows were said. Forgotten graves, I heard her plea, echoes of betrayal, the locket's truth revealed. A pact made in desperation, never set free, a heart's revenge on the battlefield. But the night grows cold and my vengeance fades. In the eyes of the locket my fury parades. Under the weeping sky and by the crying wind, I face the fate of a love not just lost but stolen. A whisper in the dust, a memory thinned in the rusted locket, our cursor token. Resigned to wander neath moon's palest ghost, with her face in my locket, forever my host.
Down a dusty path where the devil's winds blow, found an old town, shadows dancing slow. Whiskey bottle laying in the middle of the street. A church was burning, hear the flames crack and weep. No mercy on the lonely road where the lost souls come to bear their load. Silent deserts keep their cursed vows. Ain't no forgiveness, just echoes of how. Met a man with eyes like cold train steel. Said he lost his love to a crooked card deal.
promised vengeance 'neath the crescent moon's glow. Blade in his grip, no intent to let go. No mercy on the lonely road where silence speaks in codes nobody knows. Ghost towns whisper of the deeds so foul. Old sins cast long shadows. They never throw in the towel. In a forgotten grave he knelt down to confess to the ghost of a girl in a blood-stained dress. Across cursed lands his revenge took flight. A deadly quiet settles like the dark swallow in the light. Untold in the dust of the desert, truth finds its way. Revenge or resign, but a price you'll always pay. Each note strums the sorrow of lands, weary and worn on the lonely road where such tales are born. Under a blood-red sky in Dead Man's Hollow, where whispers tell of the cursed and swallowed, old whiskey bottles lay, souls departed in this ghost town, broken, black-hearted. Wind howls through the chapel's burned remains, singing hymns of sorrow, shackles and chains. There's no mercy in the ghost town, only shadows thrive, where every man's a specter and the sins of the past survive. In the dust we wrote our treaties, in blood we broke them all. No mercy in the ghost town, just the devil's call. I loved a girl with eyes like stormy weather. In this godforsaken town we dreamt together, but love turned to ash in the blink of a gun. Her betrayal a bullet that couldn't be outrun. By the old forgotten graves I swore her name. Vengeance the only keeper of my flame. There's no mercy in the ghost town, only shadows thrive. Every whisper in the wind, a reminder no one gets out alive. From the deceit we laid our fortunes, in betrayal we stand tall. No mercy in the ghost town, just the reaper's draw. At the train tracks and I face my foes, underneath the hanging tree the cold wind blows. A showdown at the break of dawn, just me and my regret. Gun smoke fills the silence of the depths we never met. There's no mercy in the ghost town, only echoes bleed. Every step I take is haunted by my heart's unyielding creed. In the dust I lay my memories, in the soil I'll bury my pain. No mercy in the ghost town, where even whispering sands I find my own. No mercy in the ghost town, forever alone.
In the shadow of a burning church, under a blood-red sky, an old gunslinger tells his tale with a whiskey bottle dry. The wind moans through the ghost town streets, the dust clouds hide the sun. This land's forsaken by the light, where a cursed man's run begun. No mercy in the devil's deal, only shadows by your side. When you trade your soul for vengeance, there's no place left to hide. The night grows cold, the fire dies, but the past won't set you free. No mercy in the devil's deal, just endless misery. He loved once beneath the stars, in a time too brief to stay. Her laughter now a whisper lost, as the desert took her away. Betrayed by a brother's jealous hand, left for dead in the silent sands. He struck a deal at the crossroads light, for the power to set things right. No mercy in the devil's deal, only echoes of regret. Each killing word a hollow prayer for a love he can't forget. The night grows cold, the fire dies, but the ghost won't let him be. No mercy in the devil's deal, just change you can't see. In the mirror of the midnight glass, he faces who he's come to be. A phantom in a forsaken land, trapped in his own decree. The whistle of a distant train calls him to his final stand, to reclaim a soul he sold in vain, or fall by his own hand. No mercy in the devil's deal, just a lonesome bitter end. The gun he draws, the choice he makes, a broken heart he can't mend. The night grows cold, the fire's gone. In the silence he'll confess. No mercy in the devil's deal, just a piece of nothingness. shadow of the mesa where the cold winds howl lies a town too dead for dust, too gone for foul. Hear the echo of the train over lost and broken tracks. A bottle of whiskey lying empty alongside spent gun rack. Dance the revenge waltz beneath the moon's cold stare. Spin with the ghosts of what's left swirling through the barren air. Each step a tale of wrath, every turn burns the path. Silhouettes in a cursed land where salvation never lasts. Yeah. Once loved a girl as fierce as desert blooms, betrayed by a whisper she met an early tomb. Underneath the church where we once knelt in prayer, now nothing but ashes, smoke still hanging there. Dance the revenge waltz, charred in sacred ground. Haunted melodies of a pistol's retort, a haunting vengeful sound. Step to the rhythm of retribution's call, our spirits guide my hand. Cross the dust of a silenced town in this forsaken land. Stood face to face with the devil in boots, his smirk a twisted sin. He sold the love that was mine by right. The darkness drew him in, but vengeance is a partner, cold and hard and lean. We waltz among the shadows, our justice unforeseen. Dance the revenge waltz, let the old church bell toll, for every heart that's broken, for every stolen soul. Now as the dawn creeps o'er the hills with nothing left to mend, I take my leave in silence, this waltz has found its end. Dance the revenge waltz, spin until we're free, lost in the world of dust and fate beneath the ghost town's tree. On the edge where the shadows merge with the light, old St. Jude's met its fate on a cold, starless night. Whiskey bottle in my hand as the flames kiss the sky. The ghost town whispered secrets beneath the mournful cry. Echoes from the church fire burning through my soul. Every ember a story of love and of control. Cursed is the land where the lost lovers meet, under a blood-red moon in the heat. She was an angel with eyes like the stormy seas, her laughter a melody carried on the desert breeze. But jealousy's a serpent, it strikes without a sound. Found her with another before the church burned down. Echoes from the church fire screaming into the night. Whispers of the betrayal that fueled the deadly light. Haunted is the heart that's been torn by deceit in the silence of forgotten graves and the never-ending gloom. Echoes from the church fire, a requiem of the past, in the hollow echo of the bell I found my peace at last. Forgiveness is a journey on a lonesome, endless road, where shadows merge with light and the stories are retold.
In the shadows of the old ghost town, under a blood-red sky, whiskey bottles lay buried, secrets that the dirt won't hide. Wind moans through the chapel's broken spine, an unholy serenade. Echoes of a train whistle, like ghosts of the love we betrayed. Beneath the lost love lies a heart turned to stone, underneath the silent desert where I wander alone, cursed by the whispers of the love that we burn in this haunted wasteland. No lesson was learned. Once held you in the moonlight, and now shadows twist where you stood. Beneath the oak and forgotten graves, it's understood. You whispered of salvation with a dagger behind your smile, left me with nothing but the vengeance simmering wild. Beneath the lost love lies a heart turned to stone, underneath the silent desert where I roam alone, cursed by the ashes of the dreams we once knew. In this forsaken land, only despair grew. My fury, your locket in the ashes, the judge and the jury. Smoke rises to the heavens like the prayers of the damned. My heart bleeds not for mercy, but the justice my hands demand. Beneath the lost love, a revenant I've become, a specter in the wasteland, under the scorching sun. With revenge as my compass, this gun by my side, I'll find peace in the shadows where the restless spirits bide.